Yo, what's up? Whoop whoop, it's your boy Killer J coming back at you with another episode of Whoops Up, Whoops Down, the Juggalo movie podcast or whatever I want to call it. And it's been a minute. But I'm going through a lot of things in my life right now, um, that I'm not gonna speak on personally right now. But we're back. I just want to get quick few news in before I get to my interview with Humble Among as we talk about Toxic Avenger 3. First, the Gathering of the Juggalos is it's like around the corner. We have 3 weeks left. And I just want to give you a little quick announcement that I will be at the podcast flea market gimmick on the first day. I don't have a booth or anything. I'm not gonna have my name anything and like that, but I will be in at there. So if anybody wants to come and meet me, if you haven't met me yet, I'll be there. Well, you can take pictures and stuff like that. I will be recording some stuff. I'm trying to do my own like documentary web thing for the gathering through my point of view, from through my lens. So that would be pretty cool. So yeah, stop by that, see me there, or see me anywhere at the gathering. I'll be there camping. Also, I wanted to give a special thank you and a shout out to my homies TMUJ, Midwest United Juggalos. I wanted to give a shout out for having me on their 24-hour stream, doing story awards. That was a lot of fun, something that I really needed at the time, and really got me ready for the gathering. So thank you, Jiggy. Thank you, Bobby Blaze, and thank you, Prez Murder, for letting me be on the show. And yeah, and thank you for being homies, and I can't wait to see you guys at the gathering. So now, we're gonna no more news. Let's get to the interview so you can get to hear the freshness that's been sitting on my computer for a while that I'm finally ready to release. So thank you. Whoop whoop. Enjoy. All right, welcome to the interview portion. I got Humble's here. We're talking Toxic Avenger 3.
Hey, whoop
Bro,
whoop.
this fucking movie, man.
Toxie 3.
Or
Somehow
should we talk, or we should say like Toxic 2.1 or Toxic, like a reimagining of Toxic
it
2?
really almost is an alternate version of Toxic Avenger 2. It really feels like a different version of the same movie, but with some references to, oh, yeah, he did go to Japan. He does
Yeah,
have
but
some weird sumo skills. So it's weird. It is like a redone version of it. Really makes me want to see this Melvin movie now.
me too. I walked out of this viewing going, I can see where you can make like you can make this into one whole movie.
But I want to know how they would do it now, like I can see it too, but I'm like, I guess I can see the connective hit, but what's the story? What would actually be the main story then? Or is it just
Because
some bastard combo of both of the stories?
you could I still think you could do the Japan storyline, right? But you could make him as he's the employee of the core, right? Because
Yeah.
right, and they send him to Japan for
Yeah.
something, you know.
You definitely have to cut some of that Japan stuff out though, because
Oh,
that
and
has
you
to
can
be
like,
act 1 or something, and
I'm
then
sorry, you can. I'm glad they're gonna do a Melvin cut because that beginning with the video store ran too long and it was meta as hell. I was just like,
once again though, I probably like the video store scene. It's
okay,
probably
yeah,
my
but
favorite thing.
in the context
Also the
of
fight at the end though.
well, yeah, well, the ending is. I would say like my complaints for Toxic Avenger 2 was the ending is not my complaint for this one.
But
I
this one,
actually
if you
I
remember
enjoyed the
Toxic Avenger 2, I really like the opening fight scene of that too. This is very similar to me.
yes,
Almost like an alternate version of it though, right? It's like another
or no,
version of that fight scene.
it's the setup,
Yeah.
or because that's we're introduced to the guy we find out is the devil. Which I was like, oh, so that's why you call the last temptation of Toxic, because like the last temptation of Christ, Martin Scorsese happened several years before this movie. So I was just like, oh, because I've watched that movie and I kind of understand what the last temptation was. I was just like, I wonder how they're going to play into the religion. And they do. Holy shit, that they do. The fact that there's a blind church. I was like, Autumn looked at me and goes like, "Oh, the blind people are back. I thought they all died."
No, there's definitely remnants of the blind people
Yeah,
throughout throughout the movie for sure. Um it's a Jew is it it's a Jewish ran video store, right? It
Yes, it
seems.
is. Very stereotypical.
Um, it's also, I think, worth noting that let's see. Uh, fuck. Yeah, one of them says "fuck Troma." One of the thugs.
Right. It's so
There's a
the
lot of
thug
meta Troma shit in this video
well,
store.
because
Cause
the super meta is the names. Warner Brothers.
no, I didn't even catch that, bro.
Yeah,
Are you
they
fucking? Are you
yeah, so
kidding
the
me?
name of the thugs are movie studios.
Oh, that's lit. Oh,
Yeah,
that's lit because they come in and they just shoot up the video store.
right, because they want because
Oh, they're shooting the VHS tapes I have in my notes.
right, they shoot the VHS tapes, and you're assuming these are tapes made from like B-level studios, and these are
Oh
big
man.
studios coming in, destroying the video store because
Oh, that's
they
so
want
fresh.
control of this. It's a meta. Look, I love the meta ness
This is
of it.
definitely my favorite scene in the movie then.
Yeah,
That's so fresh.
right. So that's why, and then these major studios are afraid of Toxic Avenger because it's not a big studio film. It's not, it's making waves in the underground. Like it's literally,
Yeah.
trying like, and it's Toxic going, fuck and killing them. Yeah,
And that's the narrative too, is like the mainstream movies are coming in and taking like oh, that's so dope. The double meta on that is really dope.
it doesn't to me like it lasts a little too long, and I want like I wish I love the scene. I love the idea of the scene. I just don't know if it fits in the because it's supposed to be like we get the past and then we get to that point and we move forward. I'm just like I still don't feel like it fits in the overall narrative. But like this short, like Looney Tunes kind of short, bruh. Like
I
I
think
thought it
they
was
just
funny.
figured out a formula that they need a big fight scene to open the movie
Right.
and then a fight scene to close the movie.
This feels
I think
like
is the formula.
this feels like they filmed this later. Like they filmed this after they got done with filming and they released Toxic 2, go, oh shit, it was a success. We can release the other portion. Let's film this real quick.
Yeah, how do we pad this out some more with this other footage? Let's shoot a little bit here and there. I could
Right.
totally see that happening.
Yeah, but yeah,
Um,
it's because there's like, I'm Warner and that's my bro. Like we're the Warner brothers.
you know,
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that line now that you're bringing it up, but I did not pick up on that's what they were
I think
doing with
one was
that.
called
Holy shit.
Paramount.
That's crazy, bro. It makes me wanna rewatch that scene now. It really makes me wanna rewatch that scene
Yeah,
with
I'm
that
glad that I
knowledge.
can open your mind to it because it's like, yeah,
I missed it. I don't know how I missed that because I
just like
do remember the
just
Warner
like
Brothers, like, line or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. That's
These
and that's why they're making
motherfucking
fun of
notes.
the Toxic Avengers and other movies, people who go to the video store. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta airdrop these
And you gotta
fucking
think about it,
notes.
the fact that it's a Jewish video store is also like maybe a meta on the movie industry itself. Um, you could look
Oh,
at
yeah,
that.
totally, bro, totally, like, yeah, like, the it's yeah, wow, I didn't even pick up yeah, you're right. That's definitely what they're doing with that. So yeah, Toxie is hiding in front of his own cardboard promo, and he confuses the movie thugs by thinking that having them think that he's part he's some super realistic fucking movie promo, which is super hilarious. I really like that. A fight bell rings. I don't know if you
Yeah.
noticed there's a fight bell that keeps ringing throughout this shit. He rips that thug's lower intestines out to very whimsical music. Um, Toxie tells him he doesn't have much intestinal fortitude. Then he plays jump rope with the intestines
Yeah,
while
that's a good way
singing
to start
Stick
the
to My
movie.
Lou. And the fade to black commercial breaks are back. Did you notice them this time?
I think I watched it on Tubi again.
Did you
So they
notice
did
these weird fade to black commercial break things that are in the movie?
there was one time where it was black for a long time and we're just like, okay. And then
They
it came
literally
back,
do
it's like,
them.
that
Like
was weird.
I don't know. That must have been like we want to have this like edited for television, so let's edit these. I don't know. It
I
was
don't know. It's just it's sometimes when that happens, when the editing like that, and I have used that editing trick before, I do it as a passage of time. Like that link that these two scenes, right? We're not. It's not immediate. That there's actually time between these spaces.
It's in the middle of a fight scene though, because he
Yeah,
just goes
that's
right
weird.
into the
That's
like
weird. It could be. It could be how they edit it, and then maybe that's why they have to re-edit it as Melvin because there's certain editing problems. Like maybe the film
because
got damaged a little bit here, and that
he's jumping rope with intestines, and then he sends another thug flying in between the weird fade to black. So it's like right in the middle of the fight scene, and then the fight scene continues.
okay. So that tells me that maybe the shots just didn't like line up correctly, and they used that space to break it up a little bit. So
I
you're
really
not
feel like
like
it was for commercial breaks. That's what it
it
feels
could
like,
be.
bro.
You could know. I mean, that's
Um,
another reason why I'm curious about. God, Lee, you got me to the point where I'm going to watch a recut version of Toxic
I hope they
Avenger
release
2.
it because it was just shown at that one that trauma event that they just did.
Well, I probably got to
Hope
do
they
research
release
on
it.
that one. I think they should.
Yeah, they might as well. They might as well.
I
Um,
mean,
more money for Troma,
yeah, I mean, and another, and
right
I mean,
off the back of the new one too.
and have people rediscover, especially because you can hop on the Toxic Avenger remake. You can hop
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
what I'm saying. Right off
Yeah,
the back of the new one. Um, yeah, man. Fucking he strangles there's another fight bell for some reason. He strangles another thug with that first thug's intestines.
yep.
Toxie compliments himself with the he compliments his own VHS cover. So in this universe, there is a Toxic Avenger movie that exists.
It's almost like the first movie happened, and then they made the movie that we saw. It's like almost the recreated version because this one. So this one, like, it's talking a lot about Melvin. Like, I don't think the second one really cared about Melvin that much. Like this one, I love how like they keep bringing up that the first Toxic Avenger because before we even get to the fight scene, they retell the story again.
Yeah. There is like a recap of both the movies.
Yes, but Toxic Avenger 2 kind of like gets like skipped pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's mostly focused on Toxic Avenger 1. So when he picks it up, it's almost like, oh, he was so successful in this thing, they made a movie of him. Okay, cool,
I feel
whatever.
like Melvin the movie mostly would be Toxic Avenger 3
Yeah,
with just elements of Toxic Avenger 2 stitched in just to like
that's how I'm feeling because I feel like this has like I'm telling you, like once we leave this movie, like this is fun. The real narrative starts after. It's almost like getting back into like it's trauma, cool guts, getting back to that because what we're about to get is slower and maybe
yeah.
less this.
Yeah, you could maybe tighten this movie up too. Yeah, you're right. It is a little bit slow, but I mean, I have so much fun with this one though. I mean, I had fun with the
Uh,
other one too, though. Like, here's the thing: like, I kind of like them all stretched out like this, like seeing this much of Toxie's life is like interesting.
I think there's certain points where they kind of repeat, like when we talk about Japan, where it's just like this is lasting maybe a little too long because it's another hour and 40 minutes
Yeah,
again. And you're actually it might be a few minutes longer, but I was just like, when I pushed play, I was like, they did another hour and 40. And I
fact.
know, and you telling me this information that they like this was filmed all at once. This wasn't filmed and no, all this footage. Like they didn't know what this movie was going to be. They didn't.
Fucking cat's like dancing on my microphone wire for some reason. Fucking maniac.
So it's crazy. It's crazy to think that they had that much footage to do two movies
Yeah.
and that were like,
Well, they had to shoot more. I think you're right. They had to have shot more to really pad it out. Like,
had to.
Mimi, what are you doing? This cat.
And I can't tell you if like where the padding is. I was like, maybe the Tokyo is like the padded part, and maybe that storyline maybe happened first because they went to Tokyo. I mean,
I
like
feel
that
like
happened.
I feel like they just used a lot of the extra footage to pad out the first one with because obviously they went to Japan and they just used a lot of the walking around stuff to really
Yes,
stretch it out.
so, I guess like maybe that's why I want to watch that Melbourne one because like the whole time I'm watching this one, I'm comparing it to the second one, knowing that they were supposed to be a 1.1 film. I'm like, all right, where's the connective tissues here? In the video store, I didn't feel it, so I kind of let it be its own thing, and that's why it's so great on its own little bit than the overall story. Especially when now he puts a guy in the VCR tape and he's just getting. I was like,
He wraps
dog.
the guy up like a cocoon with VHS tape too,
Yes,
and then
and
like
and
fast
tries to
forwards
rewind
him.
them, and tries to rewind the tape
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah, he erases his face. That's right. Yeah, he puts his
yes,
tape in the bulk VHS tape eraser and erases his face.
yes,
That's one of the more bizarre moments in the movie. Really, that's really weird. That's
yes.
almost like David Lynchian weird shit. Like that one's really
And
weird.
it's like
Um,
if somebody watched it today who didn't know about VCR rewinds or blanks, it's just like, what the fuck just happened?
a thug says, "Hey, F slur," and Toxie says, "You talking to me?" That shit cracked me up, bro. That was one of my. That really had me fucking
It came out
laughing.
of nowhere, and you're just like,
You talking to me?
I was like,
Oh, that shit's
Toxie
funny.
is piping a hot blind chick. Like, you
Yeah.
can't say that about him,
Who really likes showing her crotch too, man. She loves showing that crotch off.
especially in
Um,
this one.
yeah, she really is. There's an angle later on that's just like right up her crotch. It's fucking
Okay,
crazy.
yeah, because
Um,
oh
in
yeah,
the hospital.
yes.
Yeah, bro, right
Oh,
up her crotch.
and when we get to the hospital, there is the most bizarre. You talk about David Lynch. There is another just bizarre ass scene that happens. I'm just like, what the fuck was that?
Are you talking about the pee?
He
Is
just
that what you're
tosses
talking
out the
about? The
window.
pee?
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit's weird as fuck.
That nurse
um,
was so pissed.
yeah,
Like that's your job.
he puts a dude's hand in a VHS player, the
Yep,
pop down kind, the old school pop down kind. Um, and it plays his hand being crushed on the screen.
that's interesting.
Do you remember that? Like
Yeah,
with the
that's
spinning
interesting.
roller
Yeah,
gimmicks and everything. So
yeah.
the technology in this universe definitely is like, or at least in this store, are playing by way different rules. This is almost magical technology that we're dealing with in this
I'm sorry,
Jewish
Uncle.
ran
I'm sorry.
VHS
When you're
rental store.
when you're looking at the VCR tape, it's like, man, it's showing that guy's hand. I'm like, there is
Yeah.
a toxic monster created from toxic waste. And you're like, wait a minute, the technology is really advanced. I'm
Yeah.
like once you introduce
Tech is
this
crazy
thing,
here.
anything is possible at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna
Clearly.
get the
We're
devil.
we're
I'm
playing by Looney Tunes rules. We're
right,
playing by Looney Tunes rules
right.
for
So
sure.
to me, it's like they can do whatever they want.
He sends a mop handle through the next guy's head, Steve Martin style, straight through his fucking dome piece. Not through the ears, by the way, through the dome. Twists the neck until his head pops off, and then throws the head of the mop handle against the Redneck Zombies poster. Um, Once again, another Troma reference. They have like I think like Troma movies next to Walt Disney movies, I think in one part earlier in the scene
Yeah,
too. That shit's pretty funny. Let's see. Uh he says he's a toxic mensch. That was pretty lit. You catch that? Says it
hmm
was a rough day and he's a toxic mensch.
I got that one.
Let's see. Yeah, there's a flashback at this point. That's right. We do a flashback and then we catch up to him in the video store later on.
Yeah, because
Um
the video store is supposed to happen when he's deciding to fight back against all the henchmen.
and a lot of this stuff feels like it could be an alternate version
Of
of
this,
2 for
yes,
sure, right?
yes, they play it off like this is supposed to be happening like right after two, but it feels to me like this stuff happened maybe during two.
She has a job as a dental Claire, his girl, has a job as a dental hygienist this time rather than the working with the blind, but he's also walking around feeling worthless again.
Correct.
So that's like a lot of like that's like almost the same plot point kind of like
It feels like
replay.
every time he cleans up crime, he gets kind of bored.
Yeah. He's reduced to busting old ladies cheating at cards and babies that don't eat their lima beans.
Okay, so
Very specific.
this is actually came up when I was talking about the Seven Samurai kind of thing about how the farmers kind of like they can go back to their lives where the samurais have to like now they're worthless. They have to find their next job, whatever. It feels like all right, Toxie did his job to saving the town. Well, the town can go back to normal, but what is normal for Toxie?
Yeah.
Like his normal is cleaning up crime. Well, there
Is
is no more
fighting
crime.
evil. Yeah.
He's kind of yeah. So it's now he has to find a job. So it's like I find the bit of him like I have to reduce to like bad manners, like like the minute details of what quote unquote is more like bad. He's just like eat your vegetables, just like
Did you Oh, yeah, I almost I brushed over this. We get an origin story to why Claire is blind. A
yes,
terrible accident involving mouthwash, and she
Ye-
gets welfare checks, I guess, or I
that's
guess
how
that
they
would be ISI checks, right? Or,
right.
not
It would
ISI,
be
SSI.
yeah.
ISI is the twisted gimmick.
So yes. So yes,
ISI.
that's how they're getting money because in this movie they're explaining how does Toxie and Claire get money, even
Yeah.
though they live in they live in trash. Like who
They
why do
live
you
in
gotta
essentially a toxic waste dump,
right? So
essentially.
like who are they paying rent? Like like I guess
Yeah, that's a
who
good point.
like gas and like why would you put a gas in the fucking like
Yeah,
it
they
wouldn't
they
be
have a trailer in a toxic waste dump. They don't have any, like, taxes or rent they gotta
right.
pay
So
or
I was like,
anything.
I don't understand. Maybe food wise, they probably need
Yeah.
money, but it's like, ah, but they have to. They're forcing this plot point because oh, I can fix. There's this rare condition where I can fix your eyes, and the Coxie
Yeah.
wants this for her to
Dr.
see.
Ron Goldberg says her sight can be restored. His letter says "Dear blind person," by the way, which is
It's so funny,
pretty funny.
dear, dear blind person who can. It's
I
not in
like that.
braille. It's and I love how Claire's like, I can sense important mail.
But think about that. Does that mean that this man is mass mailing to blind people, or just like,
Well,
is he specifically like, what does that think about that though? Like,
well,
is he like paying a mailing service that's just like send out to like everybody like like, yeah, I don't know if you're blind, but dear blind person. It doesn't say dear her
Well,
name, you know?
this to me this is the dastardly deeds of the evil group who did this on purpose.
Yeah, but
Because
I'm
because
hoping
well, yeah, this doctor's doing this. No, he could be, but I also know that the evil
we
corporation
know later on that it definitely is targeting. It's
it's
to
the
set
devil.
up
I mean, we find
yeah,
out that
it's
the
the
head boss
devil
is
to
the devil.
set
This is
this
the
up.
devil is
But
tempting.
I like to fantasize that he was mass mailing to a bunch of blind people
And
this
I almost
scam.
want to assume that the doctor who did the surgery was that in fact another version of the devil. Like it's
Yeah.
just the devil.
Well, it does work. It does work, right?
Well, because
This argon using
the
an
devil
argon laser is what
right,
they say.
but the devil in the end takes it away. So I would almost assume that you could say that the devil shapeshift into this doctor, did
It
the surgery. I mean,
it costs a very specific amount too, this laser surgery, $357,000,
yep.
which Melvin, Toxie, Claire, they don't have. They don't have
Oh,
that money. So Toxie has to get a job to save up money. So he goes out as a tax man, which I feel like there's like echoes of two in this as well. Him walking around as the tax man reminds me of some of the stuff in him walking around in Japan
a
a
little bit.
little bit.
And another gimmicks, like another gimmick kind of thing.
Yeah, well, just almost like it's an alternate universe almost
Yeah,
telling of it, you know? It's I don't know.
this movie makes
Um
me feel like you necessarily don't have to watch two.
yeah, you probably could skip 2 because they do recap it right in the beginning. So you probably could, but I wouldn't suggest skipping 2.
Not because of the fight scene.
Yeah, just because of that 20-minute fight scene alone. Like, I guess you could maybe watch that 20-minute fight scene. Nah, there's enough wacky shit that's definitely worth watching all of 2.
Because when you go to Japan, there's a lot of good bits
Yeah,
there
there's a lot
too.
of weird fight
The
scene shit in
only thing
Japan.
about two I don't like is the ending because it's weak ass sauce.
It's still pretty good. I mean, it definitely
Not
is
compared to
weak, but
this
that could
ending.
be because of the stretching, you know? By the way, where's Toxie's dad?
exactly that plot line went
I
because when
forgot
we
to
see the
put that in
mom,
my notes.
where's
Where
the
is
dad?
Toxie's dad?
Because I think the whole reason the Japan happened was the dad storyline, and
Yeah.
because the dad storyline is not really present here. I mean, where's the therapist? I thought he was going to therapy so many times.
They were living happily ever after, all of them though, at the end of 2. So where the fuck
Right,
did dad go?
correct. And you think he stopped seeing therapy once he saw his dad?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
See, I'm
weird.
telling you, two is almost irrelevant. It's almost like an alternate universe. Yes,
I wonder how they wrap up the dad. They must wrap up the dad storyline in Melvin, right? They would have to. I
I
guess
would
maybe
say he
he
shows up at
confronted
the
his
end with
dad.
the devil. Like it's my dad. Like it's just
Hmm.
right
Interesting.
because this story is a Melvin story. This is like a Hulk Bruce Banner kind of story where it's like Bruce Banner's trying to tell the Hulk, like, hey, the Hulk, you're also me. Like, don't forget that you're also this weird, kooky guy, too. New actor playing Melvin, and they redid the
Oh yeah,
way.
he sucks. By the way, I don't like that guy. He
No,
sucks.
I don't either. And the
There's
way
some.
that
I mean, he's annoying. He's supposed to be annoying, and it definitely works. He annoys the fuck out of me.
but once again, it's the devil. Since the devil is your
Yeah, that's a
villain,
good point. It is
it's the
almost like,
devil. Yeah,
is it really that Melvin though, or like the devil's manifestation of
Toxie's
that
insecurities.
Melvin? You know,
Because
like it's not.
we
It's a
find out that
perverted Melvin.
well, because I don't remember Toxie being so insecure,
Yeah, or
right? Because he's so
yeah,
insecure about himself that some of the sexual positions that they do with Claire, I'm just like, he has a mommy thing. Like he's like has a blankie and he's sucking. I was just like, well, what is this kink? Toxic? Like whoa, like and trying to make him look pathetic. Like he might be this strong monster, but he has this line of patheticness about himself too. Like he puts a bag over his head because he's afraid like when Claire sees that she will think he's ugly. It's just like a lot
yeah,
of things that he's going for that the devil will tempt him with. And that's why the thought of Claire seeing makes Melvin do different things because he wants to make sure, yes, this girl can see, but he's also scared that she will not like who he is.
right, right, right. Yeah, that there's that whole hallucination scene too. That's like a definitely it's that so that has to be the devil's version of Melvin because when he transforms him back, quote unquote, back to Melvin, it's that version of Melvin.
Correct.
So it's not even like he reverted him back. It's almost like he transformed him to this perverted version of Melvin.
Yes.
Interesting. So that makes me actually like this version of Melvin a little bit more because it makes it like almost I'm making up a reason in my head at least of canonically why he kind of sucks.
Right. And
Like
there,
why he's not as good as the real OG Melvin.
right. And well, in the fact that there's that Melvin, I mean, that movie was made in like what 84. Like it's
Yeah,
like
84 I think it
this
was
is
shot.
5 years. Like this film came out 5 years after they probably filmed it 3 years after that. Like that guy
Yeah,
probably
I
doesn't live
think
that way.
maybe this came out in 91, so that's what 6 7 years
No, this
after.
the year that this said it came out was 89.
Oh, 89. Okay. I thought I saw 91 on this. I'm taking your
Yeah,
word
so which is
for it.
why when we get to Toxic 4 and how like it's like a decade, almost a decade after
Yeah, yeah.
the third one tells me like, oh, that could be fun, and I can and it's on
Toxie
Amazon.
4 is a lot of fun, by the
Oh,
way.
and I
I have
just found
very
out,
fond memories.
bro. I found out when I was looking for Toxic 4 that Amazon Prime had them all through all four movies for free, no
Hell
ads.
yeah. Watch 4, definitely watch 4 on Prime then for sure.
Yeah, so that's the next play. So the fact that I could have watched all three of these without Tubi
Yeah.
uh, makes it interesting. But
You might can even find them on YouTube for free, bro. I know back in the day,
maybe,
Troma used to have like all this shit on YouTube, like all their shit on YouTube for free.
maybe, maybe.
It might still be up there.
But
Yeah, we have that Apocalypse Inc. meeting. That's
yep.
the exact same meeting almost
But
beat
the
by
less
beat.
Michael J. White, not much in it. He's like they even cut like there's certain like, it they cut. It's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
So there's people missing.
They say some of the exact same lines though because of
Correct.
the radioactive grenade line. I was like, "Wait, that was in my notes from fucking 2. I remember taking that note, god damn
Right.
it."
Yeah. Because the woman who I don't even think the woman who
And
came up with
Scarface is there again. It's like the almost
Cigar
exact
Face.
same line with the
Yep,
Scarface line is almost exactly the same.
yep. It feels like the
Cigar
same thing.
Face, my bad.
Cigar Face, yes.
I
But
changed my fucking notes, auto changed it from cigar to scar.
so Cigar Face, I did pop when I saw Cigar Face. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the ending is a little bit different. The heel is like saying some slightly different things. He wants the Toxic Avenger. Yeah.
At
Claire,
this
there's
point,
some
you could
really
say,
bad Claire lip syncing, by the way, when they go to church.
oh,
I don't know
talk
if
about she getting into it.
bro, there's it's pretty she lip syncs about as well as a blind person would. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. But but she's getting into it. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, like, once again, it's like at this point, I accept the world. Like I'm accepting the world. I'm accepting the camp, the over the topness. Like nothing they really could do is over the top for me anymore because they just keep doing it. I'm just
She
like,
plays accordion too quite a bit.
and that and Toxie is a really big fan of her
Oh
singing
yeah.
and her music. He'll just be tapping a step.
Um, he's wearing a traffic cone on his head while she plays accordion in one of these little
Yes,
gimmicks here.
he's just a dork. He's a dork.
Toxie teaches her to play video games by ear,
Yeah,
which is a very specific skill.
by ear, I think, and also the appreciation of video game soundtracks.
That's what I'm saying. By ear. Um, yeah, let's see. They go back to Apocalypse Inc. headquarters. The plot was this is a Toxie narration line that I really liked. The plot was thickening, and I was to be the cornstarch. God damn, that's good shit. That's good shit. Good corny ass shit there, Lloyd. Whoever wrote that. Um, yeah, there's a really dope shot of that spiral staircase
Yes,
at
I
Apocalypse
love,
Inc.
and then another way of thinking that now we know that it's hell. That
Yeah,
like
facts,
Apocalypse
bro.
technically is hell, and he's the devil. Just kind of the spiral and Dante's Inferno kind of
Yeah,
thing.
the Dante's Inferno is
A
definitely what I'm
reference.
thinking too. It's
So,
definitely
but
meant to a
then you
metaphor
got to
that
think
for
about the
sure.
ending. There's different levels,
Hmm.
levels of, and it's hell. I mean, so you can call this like Dante, like Toxie Inferno kind of thing.
But
Like,
that video game theme comes back too, bringing
correct.
up the video game thing. With the levels at the end once again too.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, and especially having those scenes almost back to back, like the video game scene, her learning video games, because of Toxie's obsession with video games, and that bleeding into the levels of the spiral, because that's like one scene right after the other. They bleed
Correct.
right into each other.
Listen, like I
Um,
appreciate like there's good filmmaking here. Like
yeah,
that's the pleasure of watching these movies. I'm like these guys know the craft and they're telling me a visual story as well. Like that's and I appreciate that. It's corny because it wants to be corny. Like it's
they're
purposely
talking about the eye operation too. I have some notes about that staircase scene. They're talking about the eye operation, and blindfolded, he shoots randomly down the staircase,
yes.
um, not knowing who he's going to kill down there. There's something interesting about that. I feel like too, because he's talking about her being blind, and he's almost doing a visual metaphor. While I don't know, there's something really deep about that too that I haven't quite figured out what
So this is
that
a
is
scene
supposed to
where
mean.
they want to have the Toxic Avenger, and they're trying to figure out how to get him, and they're like, we got to hurt him, and like, well, we're gonna,
Yeah.
and they mention that he has a girl, so it's like because
It starts to become aware that they're going to take advantage of this eye
well,
operation, though.
we need to take advantage of the fact that he loves this girl, like any like how Peter Parker has Mary Jane, and that's why he's so scared of Mary Jane getting in this world because villains will then start targeting her on purpose.
Right, yeah.
Right, so it's almost the same thing, Lois Lane kind of thing. It's
Which is
like
what happens to Gwen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like boop, like a target,
Yeah.
which makes sense. Like that's a logical step to go. And why? And since it's the devil, and he knows, what you love, he'll try to tempt it away. Like he will use that love to tempt darkness out of Toxie
Right, right.
and blind him, basically.
Yeah,
Also blind Toxie because what he
yeah.
does blinds him.
Because he kills one of his own thugs down there, if I remember correctly, right? When he shoots down that staircase. He
I think
knows
he has
he's
an
gonna kill
apple. He has an
someone.
apple, and he shoots the apple.
Oh, that's right, there's an apple.
He has
Yeah,
it in
there's
his
definitely
mouth.
a
Yeah.
with the devil stuff, there's a lot of metaphor there. I forgot
Yes.
about the apple part
Yes.
of it.
Yes.
Yeah, the
It
apple is
really,
definitely
yeah. Now thinking about it and talking about it, I have, when we get to the reveal of him being the devil, just the way he looks, I'm like, I got questions, but
yeah.
uh,
Toxie
but
attempts to unalive himself.
y- yes, because he can't afford anything.
Yeah. So he wants to donate his body to science so Claire can have money. He tries to get killed by a truck, but it's two motorcycles and they drive around him rather comically.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Toxie says the chemicals have taken over his life. Apocalypse Inc. mail. Toxie asks Claire to read it. Um,
And they oddly offer him his salary is exactly how much the
the
surgery
exact
is.
amount of money. That's right.
That just
Yeah.
tells me that the whole, even the surgery, is a plot from the beginning.
Yeah. That's what I feel like too. Now that we're really like getting into this shit, the surgery is definitely or maybe because the surgery does work, so maybe it is like maybe it is a legit doctor, but they're
I,
just
I
taking advantage of the scenario, I think.
Correct. Or if you believe that if the devil can change into the healed boss guy, he can change into anybody. So that's why my belief is that the doctor is actually the devil himself, and that he's just kind of playing two roles. That's just my reading into it. But whatever, you can think of it, whatever you want.
But yeah, Claire actually does try to read it. Claire attempts to read it and just starts making shit up.
Yes. The
uh
fact that she can sense the mail is
yeah.
hilarious.
This letter opens Dear Out of Work Superhero, which makes now that we're really thinking about it, Dear Blind Person and Dear Out of Work Superhero, it's got to be a setup.
Come on now.
This too similar writing, right? It's
Correct.
got to be a setup. Um yeah, they want him to be a spokesman for Apocalypse Inc., which at this point he should be mighty suspicious if the events of 2 happened,
Correct.
right? This
Yes.
is where it really starts to feel like an alternate universe
Yes.
version of fucking 2.
Yes.
And
And
you're
you
like, "Okay, now the connective tissue, now you can see what they would have deleted from 2 to
because
make
the
this
sumo,
make sense."
they sometimes bring the sumo stuff up, but in actuality, it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do a whole lot, but they use it a
No,
couple of times just to make it make sense, I think.
correct. Or like this was filmed like supposed to be after, like maybe the first portion, like of him trying to find a job, was like maybe I'll find my dad, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like what or whatever.
There's enough of it there that you're like, they would have to have some of it in Melvin, I would assume, right?
Maybe it's
I
hard to
I
tell. We're and,
It would be crazy if they cut it out altogether, though. I guess
awesome.
they maybe could, though.
Humble. I would just because like I would see.
But those kills, bro, there's so much good kills in fucking
I know
Japan.
in Japan, like it's just like it's good, but doesn't need to be in the movie.
That gory ass chopping up the sushi chef chopping that motherfucker up, bro. It's so fucking oh, anyway.
It's good. It's
Um,
like it's good, and I love the bits, but it's like when you think about the Melvin storyline and how it needs to happen, like you or watch the third one and then just kind of make maybe put that as two and make the second one the third one and
yeah,
just focus it on him fighting his father like that.
yeah.
Yeah, that could be a great story because now he figured out who he is. Now he can figure out who his family is, kind of thing.
So Toxic goes to Apocalypse Inc. and on his resume it says leaping relatively tall buildings with a running start. That's pretty lit. That's good writing. I like that. Um, uh, yeah, they want him to revitalize and industrialize Tromaville. He jumps up the spiral staircase, which got to be a metaphor for there, right? Like, and because then suddenly he's back in that hellscape nightmare universe
Yeah.
again. And yeah, let's see, a Porsche in every driveway, chicken McNuggets in every pot. that's that's got. I think that must be the devil trying to talk talk to talk to Melvin into this. Yeah, the heel only calls him Melvin, if you notice.
Correct.
He specifically only calls him Melvin in any of their interactions. I don't even think he refers to him as Toxie at all.
Because the devil knows who he is.
Yeah. Work for me. Toxie asks, where have I heard that before? Definitely providing parallels between the other nightmare vision in the mirror there. But yeah, exact payment. $357,000 in a fucking briefcase, the exact amount
So
of money that he
so
needs.
so if you think back to the video store, opener, right, and how the thugs were big movie studios, right?
Mhm.
It's almost like this is a metaphor of like this is Toxie selling out,
Right. Yeah,
y-
100%. He's
going
definitely selling
corporate.
out.
Like
He's 100% selling out.
right,
Yes.
right, right. And he doesn't think it's like, and I feel like artists when they're independent and they go into a mega corporation, they're not thinking it's selling out. They're thinking that I made it, I make this money. They're not thinking
Yeah.
about well, now that you did that, guess who now owns you? The
Yeah.
record label owns you, or the movie studio owns you. You can they will tell you what you can and cannot do. You don't realize how much restraint that you're now in
And
because
in
you like
fact, you got to do these things that probably go against your morals.
right.
And too bad.
Correct, because you signed that contract.
Yeah.
So it gives me parallels to this. It's almost like Trauma is making the reference that almost like in American Psycho is also was doing is saying how corporate America is the devil.
Yeah.
Capitalism is the devil. The devil is like greed is the devil. So
I
that's
feel
why
like in American Psycho, they're almost saying that capitalism is like a mental illness,
a little bit
essentially.
the fact that it's greed,
Yeah.
greed and stuff like that. But the hell that brought into Patrick Bateman, he is controlled by this money and this greed and everything else, like to the point where like he feels nothing. Like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah,
it
for
just like
sure.
there's a hellnish when it comes. The fact I think about it, the fact that the devil at the end is green, right, and it's
Yeah.
all about money and greed
He
and
bleeds
selling
green.
out. You know that the metaphor is there about about selling out and what that does to you as a person.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then
Toxie signs in his own blood.
that's crazy.
Yeah, he does sign in his own blood. It's a blood contract.
Which
Um,
is also like it gives you a hint that this is the devil.
yeah.
The movie, yeah, it doesn't tell you until the end, and it might be a surprise, but it's like
It's pretty obvious though going
it's
through my
littered
notes
everywhere.
again. There's a lot of hints. There's a lot of hints throughout the movie going through the notes again and really thinking back. Um, be interesting to watch it again and like look for things that I didn't even fucking know
The
to look
fact that
for,
that
you know?
pocket of links is red and black.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. A lot of red and black
And the Last Temptation,
imagery in their whole headquarters too, like
right? And
obviously.
the fact that they called this movie "The Last Temptation" of Toxie, just like they're really playing that.
Oh, yeah, bro. Shit.
So yeah, so you're saying that Toxie is kind of like a Jesus, like they're making
Yeah,
him a
really, you
Christ-like
really
figure.
are.
Yes,
God damn.
and that Melvin,
Toxie Christ.
well, because Toxie got like died. Like technically, when he jumped, he committed suicide. He jumped. No one killed him. He jumped into the toxic vast kind
Right.
of thing, right? So it's like almost like he died for the trauma sins,
Yeah.
and he came.
He died for our sins.
Correct. Yep.
He
And then he
kind of
came
did
back,
die for our sins in a way, man.
and then he was resurrected as Toxie. Melvin
Yeah.
died and was
Yeah, he was
resurrected as
resurrected.
Toxie.
Yeah.
See, come on, dude. I
I see it. I see
no,
it.
I
You
can.
don't gotta preach on, brother.
Right, and then the fact that there's the church shows up in
Yeah.
this one and stuff like that. Like, I feel like to me is like this is a stronger narrative, plot wise going on than the second one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's a lot more stuff going on, even if it's like Toxie, helping people lose their house because like, oh, this is toxic waste zone, get out of your house.
Speaking of American Psycho, he does show off his business card to his
Correct,
mom,
correct. Because
which made me think of American
he
Psycho for sure.
becomes he becomes Patrick Bateman
Yeah,
basically.
he does. He does become Toxie Bateman for a little bit.
Right, because to the fact that he doesn't even want to talk to Claire, like he's even
Yeah.
he starts becoming disrespectful in that way because it's all about money. It's all about having lunch with the bros.
Claire, they go to the operation, and there I have in my notes the very suggestive position right up her fucking crotch.
Yeah, this whole movie, anytime Claire's laying down, you just like there is her crotch is in your face.
Oh yeah, there's
It's
a lot
very
of crotch
obvious.
in the
They want
face.
you to stare at that crotch.
Um, the doctor is lying down and shining a golf putter. The mom insists that he is a good doctor and cites that he's a member of the country club.
That's crazy.
Which is really that one really that was really getting me that got me going pretty good because I'm quite fearful of bad doctors because I feel like it's something not talked about is how there's a lot of bad doctors out there. But anyway, don't get me on conspiracy theory shit. Apocalypse Inc. opening a dioxin plant at Tromaville City Hall. Definitely plot two threads here, right? Because of the whole bombing of City Hall thing, which I feel like fizzles out helly in two.
That's why, dude. That's why I keep telling you how suck
It's
ass the ending is.
yeah, there's some weird that you can see some of the connective tissue that they could possibly use here though. Because
Correct.
because the city hall thing gets brought up very specifically. Toxie pulls up in a limo, big superstar. The Tromaville citizens are pissed. They are not happy. They're protesting again, which is also threads kind of from to the protesting.
Yes.
Um, yeah, a lot of very similar stuff with Apocalypse Inc. taking over Tromaville here. That almost completely echoes a lot of stuff from two. That you
Is it-
can see how they could. That would be like stuff they reused. I would
Right.
assume.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially like the like he wins the mayorship and then like then the branding starts and everything else
Yeah.
that portion. Yeah. Because like
Um.
the town should see that symbol and go, oh hell no.
Yeah, they should know by now, right? This is the second time it's happened.
Correct.
Um. Same person again doing it too.
Yes.
The same guy's trying to tell us that chemicals are good. Like we should know. Now we shouldn't fall for this again. Um yeah. Toxie says he didn't realize the evil of Apocalypse Inc. But he did think it was a bit strange that they were beating Tromavillians. So I mean, Toxie's maybe a little slow at times, I think, maybe, or gullible. I
Gullible,
don't
yes.
know.
I think it's gullible because he's like, I got it. Because what he's thinking about is he's not thinking about the people, he's thinking about himself and what he's doing
Yeah.
to Claire. What I'm doing is
He's
making
doing a job. He's just
job.
doing a
Yeah.
job.
I'm making money. Like I've never made money before. It's like when you start making money, like real big money, it's just like he lost who he was because he found like this greed.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Totally, man. Child labor, Apocalypse Inc.
Yep.
Child labor going on. They're making Agent Orange. Just like super just super villain shit. Uh let's see. They told me it was a wonderful thing because all the children would be earning minimum wage. Jesus Christ. And besides, it would help develop their small motor skills, and they would really learn their primary colors. That's some toxic coping to the max for sure. Holy
Oh, he's
shit,
coping.
he's
He
coping
is
hard, bro.
he thinks what he's doing is helping the city, and
Yeah,
it's like no, and also it's like how even rich people, evil rich people with greed, get into politics,
yep,
right? And use and buy off people that we trust to manipulate us to then actually ruin the towns that we're actually in for their own personal greed.
yeah.
And I
Some
was at
more,
this point, I was like, this is very relevant today. Like I'm
yeah.
feeling a lot of
Oh
this stuff
yeah,
today.
yeah. Not much has changed,
No, no, it
unfortunately.
hasn't.
Um,
And
so
how
there's more part two threads showing because they bring up the landfill and they mention a new home for the blind.
Mhm.
So that I mean the first home for the blind gets destroyed in two. So this is definitely some shrapnel almost of part two that is showing up in this movie. Also, a place or a way you think maybe they could stitch things together. It's weird how it bleeds over in weird places though, like that.
Yes,
It's like why even keep that in there? You don't even necessarily need to leave that line in there.
because
It
they had
just
so much
shows.
footage. They just
Yeah,
and they were it's good. I mean, like the I'm then I didn't complain too much about 2 until we got to the ending. That's where it felt kind of meh. But I just think they were just proud of the work that they did, and they probably spent a year or two making all that footage. They were happy,
Yeah.
but this is a stronger
They just
film.
wanted to use everything, I feel
This
like.
is a stronger film,
Yeah.
really.
I feel like that's sloppy editing, though. I feel like they
A
coulda
little
just
bit,
gotten that the fuck out of there.
yeah.
Um,
Maybe a Mr. Melvin, can fix these problems.
yeah. I'm really curious about what that would be, man.
I know.
Uh, Claire grinding next to a full bedpan of pee. Nurse says, "Would you dispose of this, please?" And she just dumps it on the plants by the window. And
That scene
it's really bright yellow. It's like,
is
holy fuck, what is Claire drinking?
correct, and the fact that the nurse, who basically it's a job to don't pee, like that's what nurses do. They clean up the shit and the poo and everything else. Like they do the
Yeah.
dirty work. The fact that this nurse gets it and was just so offended that she's like, "Fuck it." I remember watching, going, "What
That
the
whole room's gonna smell like pee, though. It's
piss
just, like,
now?"
on
Like,
the plants.
and like, I'm like, "What the fuck was that?" And no one, and no, like the nurse next to her didn't say anything.
Yeah, no one notices,
No
and
one gives a reaction. We cut to the next scene. I'm like,
yeah.
what the hell?
Claire has her face wrapped. "Hold very still, I don't wanna poke your new eyes out with these scissors," is a fucking great line. Um, Claire screams at the doctor. She thinks he's Melvin. Uh, yeah, 'cause there's, like, a swerve thing that happens 'cause, she thinks the doctor is Melvin and he's hideous, but then she
Yes.
looks at Melvin and she thinks he's beautiful. Um, which is very, very touching moment. Claire can see. She's really pumped about seeing things. Let's see. Toxie says Benjamin Franklin is his hero.
I mean, Benjamin Franklin, did a lot of
Oh
good
yeah, and
shit.
there's a light switch that's the Declaration of Independence as well. That doesn't really go anywhere. I wonder why that's even in there.
Hmm.
In my notes or in the movie. they pan they pan to pictures of his mom while they're fucking, which definitely makes me think there's a weird mommy thing
I mean,
going on
yes,
from the shit earlier too.
yes. Which
Um
this one has a mom thing, like the last movie had a dad thing.
yeah. Oh my god.
They wanted to,
Fireworks explode when Claire climaxes.
yes,
Definitely got to be something with Toxie's biology that makes that happen because of his pooping. Oh yeah, and I think there's a pooping scene later on
there
that's like
is.
the same as
The
2, right?
mom comes to visit, and he's taking a poop. Yeah,
And it's the same electric, like crazy electric reaction, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Once
got to be the
again, they
same
live in
shit.
a trailer in a pit. There is like, is it going straight below them? Like where?
Yeah, where is that going? That's not hooked up to anything.
Correct.
He got to dump that.
Yes, he does.
Oxy must have to dump. I mean, he already
I,
lives in the dump,
here's the
so
thing.
it's not that hard.
I'm assuming the shit is also toxic waste. It's just next to toxic waste. They all smells like the same. So
Yeah, yeah, his waste is definitely toxic waste for sure.
the more you think about Toxie and Claire, like they're nasty people.
Yeah, they're kind of living in, they're scrubbing it a little bit. That's all right.
Scrubbing it.
They're
Yeah.
scrubbing it kind of hard. It's all right though. They're getting
As long
by.
as they're happy.
Yeah, they seem pretty fucking happy too, man. They
They
really
do.
seem like they're happy. Um, let's see. She's playing the accordion again with her blind stick around her wrist in the next scene. Did you catch that?
Yes.
It's like, what? Why the fuck do you have that shit still? Oh yeah, and then they burn the next scene. They're burning all the blind sticks. That's right. That's right.
Because she's never
Um,
gonna be blind anymore.
yeah. I guess she just was holding on to that last one, just one last time. Landfill ribbon cutting ceremony. Once again, a little bit of connective tissue. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they could use to connect those two movies. Trump is on Toxic Avenger's desk, which really giving off heavy American Psycho vibes. He's reading the Wall Street Journal, wearing a polo.
Yes.
He's super Toxie Bateman at this
Yes.
point.
Yes. He transformed into American corporate douchebag.
Yeah, Melvin Bateman.
Melvin Bateman. So it's actually like sometimes when we watch these movies, you don't realize how like these connective tissues, or what are people are saying about the American corporation kind of thing, and it's kind of the same thing.
He's definitely like a yuppie douche.
Yuppie
He says
douche,
his
but
favorite breakfast is radioactive oat bran.
oh, nice.
Yeah. Uh, let's see. Half frog, half duck. What was that? What the fuck? What was
Oh,
the
I
half
think I
frog,
think
half duck? What was that?
I think the toxic waste problem, like it was actually deforming the animals as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, now I remember. The joke is supposed to be, "What would you call that?" And it's fuck. That's right. Okay, now I
Yeah,
remember.
it's
God damn
fucked.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember. I'm like, what was the context of the half frog,
Yeah,
half
I think
duck?
this is
Holy
the
shit.
point where Toxie kind of realizes what he's doing is wrong
Yeah, for sure.
because Claire kind of like has enough of his
Yeah,
shit.
Claire's like arguing with him about it. She says she can see the greed and political corruption now too. Um, yeah, he sees kids calling him a traitor. Um, oh, and Donald Trump. Yeah, there's another Donald Trump thing that happens with the kids there too. So that's like
Yeah,
two Donald Trump things.
yeah, it's like dump Toxie. Like it's like, oh no, there was like pictures like boo.
Yeah, let's see. Toxie goes to the junkyard to think and has another nightmare vision in that nightmare escape, where he sees what he's become. Naked Dayglow lady. What's that mean? Now I'm getting real fuzzy on what my fucking notes mean.
Oh, because it's so trippy. There is like it's almost that
Oh,
there is
she's
a
in the nightmare vision. That's
yes.
right.
He's in the
That's
nightmare vision.
right. Um,
Bro, I'm keeping your notes on track, dog.
yeah, you're definitely keeping me on track because now my notes are getting real vague. I'm noticing.
Yeah, this dream sequence gets kind of like it gives it's a
Oh,
lot of
it's the
symbols.
reveal of worship me, not work for me.
Yep,
It was worship me. Okay,
from the
yeah.
church. Yeah,
Yeah. Now and with the religious themes and the devil coming, he's worshiping the devil. He's satanic Toxie, whether he knows it or not.
correct. When especially is like if you choose, it's almost like if you worship money over your community, it's like that's the ways of the devil.
Yeah. I think Toxie's reverted back though after this. I think this
Yeah, once
vision.
he realized the worship me part, he kind of wakes
Yeah.
up and goes, "Oh," and then he starts going back to the sign, the pulling the signs up, and he starts, and
Yeah.
that's kind of like now we get to the video store scene, and now we're at post video store scene.
He wakes Claire up after the vision and says to her that she was right, and he does mention the sumos here
Yes,
vaguely. She asks how he will fight them, and he grabs his mop. But yeah, um,
it seems like his time to think was when
yeah,
he goes to Japan.
he
Kind
saves
of
a dog from a tree. Which is that the same fucking joke from two? He saved a
baby from a tree,
from a baby from a tree, so it's like like an alternate version of the same joke.
probably
Um, he mentions making room from Toxic Avenger 4,
four.
so that does get mentioned. Let's see. Goes to confront Apocalypse Inc. Uh doesn't care about the contract he signed in blood. Toxie says he's history. Um and the head heel says he is history, which is, interesting when you think about the whole devil Satan stuff.
Well, especially if
Um
you believe that Adam and Eve is the start of history, right? The devil's the snake, so
yeah,
I am history.
see me as I am, and he transforms to a green demon.
Wet,
Yeah,
wet. It's like
very, very slimy, I have in my notes, like, really slimy. I
he almost
wrote
looks like
again.
he says I'm the devil, but it's a different iteration of the devil I've ever seen. It's almost more dragon like.
It kinda reminds me of that, fucking movie,
He
oh,
almost
god
looked like
damn it.
the ooze dude in fucking the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, a little bit, but also, the version of the devil, oh, shit, what is that movie? Oh, god damn it, that fantasy movie that Tim Curry plays the devil
Oh
in.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? A
the
little
one
bit
Tom
of
Cruise
that.
was in.
Yes, god damn it, I can't think of the name of that movie.
It's not Willow. Is it
Willow, god
Willow?
damn it. I think it's Willow, right? I
There's
think it's
another
Willow.
one. There's another one.
Am I confusing that with another one?
I think you are.
Legend?
Legend.
Legend, yes, I'm confusing Willow with Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
I feel
Legend,
like
right?
Tom Cruise was not in Ledge. It was not in Willow. Was he?
I don't fucking know. I think I'm confusing these two movies in my brain. Um, anyway, it's definitely Legend though that Tim Curry is the
Legend's the
devil in.
bomb. Legend's the bomb.
Yeah, really slimy though. Extended
Yeah.
evil laughing. Choose your weapons. Choose your weapon in arena. 5 levels of doom. So yeah, they
I'm
start
surprised
this
they didn't call it
extended
five
fight scene
levels of
now.
hell, because that would have been
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's a good point. Especially at this point, you've revealed that this motherfucker is the devil.
I'm the devil. So it's like,
Yeah.
all right. Or maybe he isn't the devil. Maybe he's like he calls him whatever. He's the devil.
They straight up call him like
Like the devil.
devil, right? Or like the devil. Like I think they're straight up calling him the devil at this point.
Yes.
Um, yeah, level 1 is Earth. And Toxie starts to sink into the ground.
That's why they do the elements.
But his head pops back up, and a lady heel hires a lawnmower man to cut his head off for $30 and mentions the budget of the movie is $2 million, which is nice little. I wonder if that's true. I wonder if it was really $2 million. That feels high. I'll be maybe not actually because they do have some like bus explosions and shit. That probably anyway. We're getting ahead of ourselves. More extended evil laughing and screaming. Toxie takes the blade out of his mouth and uh throws it to the mouth of a bystander. Is that really what happened?
Yeah, crazy shit happens here.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. But that's basically level 1. Then they go to level 2, fire. Um the devil just fucking lights on fire and sets Toxie on fire.
Yeah.
Uh Troma-ville citizens just throw water on Toxie and put him out. Toxie pees like a fire hose onto the devil to put him out. The devil says, "Now I'm pissed."
Yes.
Um,
Good reference.
all right, let's see. Level 3 is that's where the school bus gets involved. Here we go. He has a bunch of kids getting on the school bus. The devil drives a school bus of children away. He abducts a school bus of children at this point and just starts ramming into cars.
Yes.
Toxie chases him down on foot. Um, Pretty insane. This whole sequence is pretty fucking insane.
So then there's a revert. They do a reverse shot.
Yeah, it flips backwards up a cliff.
Right, it flips up
Yeah,
because they did it once, and they're like,
yeah.
"All right, we're gonna do it in reverse." Now
Well,
we're
they
on
have
top
to
of the
explain
cliff.
how it got up on the cliff, I guess.
Yeah, that's like, and it's the devil. So you like, it's the
Yeah,
devil's magic, but the way it happens is so like,
because it goes up the cliff, so it can teeter off the cliff.
right. So they show it in the actual time of how it happened. So just like that, they actually, I think they do it again. They do something like that again, where something like,
Yeah, there is like another version. Toxie falls up the cliff too.
yes,
That's how he gets up there.
yep,
And he tries to lift it up and says he's not Superman and opens the back emergency exit door of the bus instead to let all the kids out. He helps all the kids off the bus and the bus falls off the cliff, which makes I don't know, that's very all of that editing is very odd to me.
yes.
To get them up on the cliff. I don't know. That seems like something was missing there.
Well, they didn't
Uh
have the budget to actually show you how the bus got there.
or
The
they
bus
like
was
yeah, they
just
like
there.
lost a reel or something. Like, well, fuck, we screwed up all that footage of how we got to. We'll just have it flip up the fucking thing. Who
Yes,
cares?
yes,
Um, lands let's see, what the fuck? Oh yeah, there's like a Wizard of Oz thing. The bus lands on that lady heel and her legs roll up like Wizard of Oz.
yes. The with the
Yeah, the Wicked Witch
Witch, yeah.
of the East, I guess.
It's the East, yeah, because the Wicked
Yeah.
Witch of the West is the one who gets water poured on her.
Right. The devil fixes the bus with his devil magic and gets behind the wheel again. And now we go to level 4 where he tries to hit Toxie with the bus and Toxie jumps on the hood. Um, let's see. I'm not sure what level 4 was supposed to be. I'm not really even sure what level 3 was supposed to be, honestly.
So you got Earth,
I feel like we
Fire.
kind of like lost our themes at
Well, I
after level
think one was
2.
supposed to be water, and then I think the other one is air.
Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, because he goes into the mud bog, so that would be water, right?
Correct.
And falling off the cliff, I guess, would be air.
Air.
Um, yeah, Bob Tall. Yeah, what's the name of this fucking place? Bob Tall presents Fantasy Acres, which does seem to be a real place because they thank them in the credits. So I thought that was like some bullshit they made up. That does seem to be a real place because they thank them in the credits of the movie. Home of the world's most famous mud bog, which is what they seem to drive into, right?
Yes.
The bus blows up in the mud bog, the most famous mud bog. And Toxie does another reverse flip out of the mud bog. He says it's another old sumo trick.
Yes, that's how they explain it. Yep.
Yeah. So he does have some weird sumo tactics or magic or something going on. Then we go to level 5, the final level. The devil touches Toxie and he starts to smoke and boil and pus and he turns into a big slimy mess, melts the bones. This is a really dope effect sequence, by the
Yes.
way. This is really fresh. And starts to reform as Melvin and starts really spazzing out annoyingly. He really annoys the fuck out of me. Yeah. Oh, you're nailing it. Oh, you're nailing it. Oh, it's so annoying. But I almost really can appreciate the annoyance of it now because it's not really Melvin. It's like this perverted version of
It's
Melvin.
it's 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 Toxie's insecurity about who he used to be.
And it's almost the devil's projection
Correct.
of like Toxie's insecurity.
The devil is playing on well, actually, it's more of like the toxic perception of himself that the devil is over exaggerating, making
Yeah.
yeah,
He's making it manifest, you
yes,
know. He's the devil's
personifying it.
it's his devil magic that's doing it.
Devil
Um,
magic.
let's see. Claire has him put on his sumo diaper. Um, and he charges the devil. Claire whips out a shotgun. The devil makes Claire blind again with Three Stooges magic. Does the old boink. Um, but yeah, Claire starts fucking just blasting with the shotgun. Um, yeah, the devil turns into Toxie's mom, or he doesn't. Melvin's strangling his mom.
Yep.
Let's see. Claire goes to look for the contract at this point. Let's see.
It's go back to the house. Like, where is it? Where is it?
Yeah,
It's
she
that
finds it though.
she has a sense of it finding important documents.
Yeah, the Tromavillians stand up to the devil. The mom and Claire come back with the contract. Mom says there's an escape clause. Contract will be null and void in an act of God. An angel shows up with a message for Melvin Junko, which is a character who's shown up a couple of times in the movie. Um, at that point, I think he shows up right in the beginning of the movie and says something to the camera directly. um, let's see. Sparkly lights above them, and it starts raining, and Melvin turns back into the Toxic Avenger. Uh, the rabbi does the sign of the cross, which is insane. Uh, some some pretty crazy shit with those rabbis in this movie, man. Um, let's see.
It
Claire can
actually could
see again, by the way, after this. Sorry to cut you off.
no. I think like probably a reference of how even though these Jewish people are like control the movie industry, they play along with Christian ideology kind of thing.
Yeah.
That they might be that could be a symbol for that kind of thing.
Toxie sounds mad when he turns back, which is like off-putting. Um, let's see. He swings the devil by his head to whimsical music again. That same whimsical music, I think, from the VHS store. Let's see. Throws him on the ground and starts ripping into his midsection. Takes his whole fucking skin off, it seems. And his insides are exposed, and it's all snakes and bugs and all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of weird fucking shit in his devil guts. And some bones thrown in there for good measure, and a rat too. I think it's like it's all kinds of weird shit in there. Um, but yeah, the Toxic Avenger rips the devil's head off and throws it on some fucking Isham wicked shit. Um, really dope, really fucking dope. Back to Japan, the
Yeah,
devil's head
yeah. He
goes all
threw
the
it
way to
all the way to
Japan.
Japan. Yes.
Yeah, which makes me think connective tissue again, you know?
Yeah.
Um, where the devil's wig lands on a bald man's head in Japan. Let's see. Church bells chime in Tromaville, and everyone celebrates the Toxic Avengers' victory over the devil. Yeah, we're at the end of the movie at this point, pretty much. They get married. I now pronounce you monster and wife. Heart wipe credits. I wrote credit song is hilarious, but I don't remember what the credit song was.
I don't remember it either. I watched it.
I do remember really enjoying it though. I think it was like an over the top metal song.
Yes,
Man,
yes, and then the fact that Toxic Avenger 4 came out way much later.
a lot later.
So
See, I remember this one from my childhood a lot more. I definitely like there I barely remembered 2 at all. There's a lot of this that I remember, especially the fight scene with the devil. There was a lot of me being like, "Whoa, this is like bringing back some really old memories that I haven't thought about in a long time. Holy shit, this is
now, now
crazy."
I'm questioning the green hair. Did you get the green hair because of the devil?
I got the green hair because Joker. Some
Well,
corny shit.
that's a joke. Like oh, let's unlock his memory. Oh my god, like you just love this color green, and here's a color green character coming up too. So it's like from your childhood. You never know. It's like what seeps
I
in there.
mean, I will be honest, my favorite colors as a kid were green and purple because of not the Joker, but because of Donatello. Because
Okay, you're a Donatello
I was a
fan. Okay.
super Ninja Turtles mark, and I really liked Donatello because he was the smart one, and I
Yes.
was that much of a nerd as a kid that I gravitated towards the smart one.
Of course, I was a Raphael boy. I mean, everybody's a
Oh,
Raphael boy.
Raphael's the shit. As I grow older, I appreciate Raphael more. You know,
They're talking about doing a Last Ronin like
that would
rated
be
R
lit.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie
That
with
would be lit. I
when I like
haven't seen that new animated one that Seth Rogen wrote.
it's
I'm
good.
curious.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm curious about
To
that because
me,
they're teenagers, right?
wait, they're actually teenagers.
Yeah, see, that sounds lit.
So
I need to see
like
that.
and to me, it's like it doesn't do Shredder.